Thanks to the support as a channel member, Dallas Orion. Oh, folks, in this one, we have a top-of-the-table clash against... Hang on, that can't be right. Wayne Rooney's Bournemouth. Hello and welcome to part 13 of my FM24 beta save with Brighton. I'm Kev and I'm a liar. It's not the top of the table clash. They're near the top of the table. We're not. We're playing Bournemouth, managed by Wayne Rooney, who, if they beat us, will go back to the top of the Premier League. We're more than a quarter of the way through the season. And we also have our biggest game of the league stage of the Conference League at home against Bayer Leverkusen. Since you were last with me, mixed form. I feel like it's forever mixed form. It's almost as if we're kind of a mid-table team again, which is a little bit disappointing. But we've had some big wins in Europe. We're very good at the Conference League. I still think, certainly if we beat Leverkusen, I think we've got a very good chance of winning this. We are very good at that. And obviously we got to the final of the better tournament, the next one up last year. So you've got to hope that our goal for winning a trophy of some kind during the FM24 early access, it might just be the Conference League. Premier League, looking less good. Although that being said, obviously we've mentioned if Bournemouth beat us, they go back to the top of the league. If we beat Bournemouth, we go up to 4th place and a Champions League position. So there is quite a lot to play for here. And this is the team we're going to be putting out there to try and get us up into those Champions League qualification spots. We've got Lucas Perry in goal, a back four of Estupinian, Dunk, Gatti and Walker-Peters, Pizarro and Vermeeren in midfield, Fatty, Smith Rowe and Bailey supporting Evan Ferguson up front, and Ferguson has started scoring again. Only a couple, but that's more than the 0 he'd been getting before then. So hopefully Evan Ferguson is on its way back. I am doing this for you, comment section. I don't want any criticism that I don't develop young players this year. Tammy Abraham is scoring at more than a goal a game. He's the Premier League's top scorer. And this is a huge match. And he's starting it on the bench because I'm determined to make a player out of Evan Ferguson. And obviously that means he needs as much game time as possible. So if this backfires, if we can't score in this one, if Ferguson has a terrible game, that's on you. If he has a really good game and is a match winner for us, obviously that's all thanks to me being an excellent manager who basically there's no way I can be at fault here. And that's the way I like it. Estupinian with the interception heads it forward, but only as far as the Bournemouth player, although that's a decent interception. Was that Ansu Fati who got involved there? And now Ferguson drifting out to the left-hand side. Fati's gone into the middle and they've swapped positions over there, and that's a beautiful goal. The assist from Ferguson, the goal from Fati. Positional rotations, FM24, everybody. You watch it happen in real time. Ferguson drifts to the left and Fati just swaps over and fills the void in the middle and is there to score the goal. That was beautiful. Total football coming out of Brighton. And there you go. There is your confirmation that if we win the match, we move up into 4th place. And remember, in this brave new world, top 5 is basically Champions League. It's very unlikely that the English clubs will have such a poor season that we don't get that 5th Champions League qualification spot through the UEFA coefficients. So it's probably top 5 for Champions League. I didn't necessarily plan to do a 3rd season of this save because obviously we've got non-league to legend on the horizon in a week. But if we get into the Champions League, we're not going to have much choice, are we? We're going to have to figure out a plan. I don't know what the plan will be. We're certainly not delaying the start of non-league to legend. That will be out 5 p.m. next Monday. Monday, the 6th of November, launch day of the game. Apparently, Football Manager comes out at 4 p.m. They've actually got not only a release date, a release time as well. So the game is out at 4 p.m. So I can't do episode 1 at my normal 4 p.m. slot because I don't want to start the save in the early access at all. So as soon as it ticks over to the full version of the game, we get that day 1 patch to make sure non-league to legend is as stable as possible. At that point, I'll record the video, should be able to get it out by 5. I've got a fast computer and fast internet. We should be able to turn an episode around in an hour because let's face it, there's certain parts of an On League to Legend episode 1. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's new. There are certain parts of episode 1 of Non League to Legend that I don't necessarily need Football Manager for. I can record some of it a little earlier in the day on that day just to let you know how the sausage is made. So that's coming. And like I said, I don't know what will happen with this save at that point. I mean, we obviously have that 11 o'clock slot that we've been putting the one-off videos, the tutorials, the experiments, the first looks, that kind of thing has been going in there. It's not a sustainable long-term thing to do 2 videos a day on this channel, but maybe we could squeeze it out for another week or so to get a 3rd season of Brighton. If you want it, if you continue to support it the way you have done so far. So far, the support on this save has been awesome and very much appreciated. If you all drop it like a stone when Non-Lethal Legend comes out, I'll follow suit. We'll see what happens. We'll figure it out as we go. It's 2-1, by the way, at halftime. I know there's that little subsection of the audience who like to listen along to the videos while they're driving in their car on the way home from work and maybe didn't see us score our second or Bournemouth get one back, but it is 2-1. It's 2-2. Hideous. Absolutely. I may as well get back to promoting future content. We were winning 2-0 while that was happening. Bournemouth demonstrating why they are top of the league, or were top of the league going into this match day. They've had an incredible start to the season. Wayne Rooney doing wonderful things. We looked at the squad in the last episode as well. Wayne Rooney is doing this with basically Bournemouth's squad. It's not as if he's done what I've done and gone out and spent a load of money. He is doing it with pretty much what Bournemouth had to begin with. So I guess almost as impressive as what I've done. I am obviously more impressive than Wayne Rooney. Hold on, we're going to make Pizarro the playmaker. Andre can be the defensive midfielder. Endrick is on, by the way. I think, is this the first time you've seen Endrick? He hasn't really done a lot so far. Real Madrid are getting a little bit upset that I'm not playing him. Bless him, he's been set a target by Real Madrid to score 12 league goals while he's on loan with us. He's not started a league game, and when he does play, it's usually on the right-hand side, because obviously we've got Ferguson and Tammy Abraham battling it out for that one centre-forward spot. But he's on there now. He's not exactly tracking back, is he? Goodness me. Come on, Hendrick. Put some effort into it, and I might start you in a game at some point. My word. No intention at all to help out defensively. Walker-Peters has just had a shot on our own goal, and now we're trying to play it out of defence. We are looking out to this right-hand side where Walker-Peters is now charging forward. He's got Endrick in front of him. Sunset plays it forward to Endrick. Endrick's through on goal. Endrick does not have his first goal for Brighton, but it was a good. I mean, it was a good position to get into. I won't say it was a good effort, because really he should be testing the goalkeeper there. It remains 2-2. 10 minutes to go. Ansu Fati and Evan Ferguson now both tiring, so Tammy Abraham can come on, and then we have run out of wingers. That's unfortunate. So Fati will stay on. Maybe we'll swap up the midfield a little bit. Beraldo can come on in there. We'll just swap those two over, and we'll offer some encouragement. I know we are the home team and it's Bournemouth, but in the circumstances, I guess a draw isn't too bad. So rather than doing my normal go attacking and try and throw everything at getting the 3 points, I think I'd be quite happy coming away from a game against Bournemouth, the form they've been in this season, without losing. That's not to say we're not going to lose, though, because it is Bournemouth who are on the attack, although Estupinian wins it back, and now Andre forward to Sunset, and Ansu Fati, who is tired, but has enough about him to at least attempt to go round his man, and he does get the cross in, and Tammy Abraham's in the middle, and Tammy Abraham just can't stop scoring. That's number 15 for the season with him. He's been on the pitch 4 minutes and has got what could be a hugely important goal in our season. Could well be the winner against Wayne Rooney's formerly top of the table Bournemouth team. It's all about the South Coast in the future, but we're not even that far in the future. A year in the future, South Coast and Merseyside apparently is where it's at, if you look at that league table. Although for some reason we've scored and it's now saying we've dropped down to 8th. I don't think we have. I think you'll find if you have another look at those numbers, we should be up in 4th place. But we'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute to tick over. Estupinian on the left, try and playing it forward for Sunset. Sunset's been a difference maker since coming on as well. I like the fact that we've got this strength in depth to make these game-changing substitutions now. It is super duper. And Endrick actually doing some tracking back this time as well. Oh my word. Bournemouth very nearly squeezing back in. And the last thing we wanted to see was 8 minutes of time added on. Why is this not putting us back up there again? We are winning. Can we see a league table, please? Because I think we should be in 4th place. And that live league table never updated. There we go. So now I can tell my story that 2024-25 is all about the South Coast and Merseyside. I don't know which of these three. I mean, there's two more unexpected clubs in those Champions League positions than we are. It kind of takes the edge off what we're doing when Bournemouth and Everton are both up there. Is Sean Dyche still managing them? What a job he's doing at Everton. Goodness me. Right, Bayer Leverkusen. Very important match. Win this, and I believe we will go on and win the Conference League. So just the one little tweak for the Leverkusen game. Ansu Fati, who was shattered at the end of that previous game, drops down to the bench. Sunset, who came on and made a difference, comes on in attacking midfield. Smith Rowe moving out into the left, where he actually seems more dangerous coming in off the wing, which he's probably not going to get to play there very often unless he starts playing really, really, really well out there, because we've got a lot of very good wide players. But certainly he's more of a goal threat when coming in from wide, and Sunset seems to pull more strings from the attacking midfield position. We can't drop him altogether at Smith Rowe because we spent £47 million on him. He's our record signing. In fact, he's not. Ansu Fati is. We spent even more on, who'd be the other guy fighting for that position. We've got an embarrassment of riches. Now we just need to show that it's Royal Bank of Scotland, the top of the league. Oh, Red Bull Salt. That makes more sense. Red Bull Salzburg. That'll be who are. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I see what's going on there now. It's good to see Leverkusen as well playing a really ambitious flat back seven. Leverkusen, of course, we did play against in the Europa League last year on our run to the final. And presumably we knocked him out. I don't remember any specifics about the game. Smith Rowe's picked up an injury. Ansu Fati's rest lasted for 40 minutes before he's called back into action. I mean, he didn't need a rest. He wasn't tired. I just felt like it was probably a good idea to give him a rest, and it gave me the opportunity to get Sunset in as well. Smith Rowe deciding to make the decision really easy for me for the next league game and pick up a knock, which, I mean, if there's one thing you can rely on Emil Smith Rowe for, it's picking up an injury. So I guess that's handy. Walker Peters then on the right hand side tucks it into Bailey. Bailey can't get the crossover, and it looks like it's going to remain 0-0 as we hit half time. Although Ansu Fati intercepts there. Estupinian to Pizarro, and then Estupinian again, and he's fouled there and actually comes away with the ball. It's not been given as a foul either. Cross comes in looking for the aerial assassin, and there he is at the far post. Leon Bailey does it again. I don't understand why and how he keeps doing it. We've got Evan Ferguson in there, who you'd think would be a much more logical target for us to aim a big looping cross at, but they always just seem to end up with Bailey. And there he is again, 1-0 to Brighton. That should put us back. It does put us back to the top of the league, top of Europe. We are the best in Europe. I think that's, oh, fiddlesticks. An immediate reply before the 48th minute that's gone in. That is unfortunate, because I was just about to go on a rant about how good we were and how we were the champions of Europe and all that kind of stuff. I guess it saved me from doing that. You've not had to listen to that now. 1-1 then at half time. We probably do need to. I mean, we're at home in this one, so we really should win this. Oh, Ansu Fati is just so much better than everybody else at this football club. I actually wonder how long we're going to be able to keep him for, because, I mean, have you seen him? He's 21 years old. He's already considered an elite player. A club like Brighton shouldn't have elite players. I mean, I know we've only just dragged him away from Barcelona, but you would expect a Barcelona level club to be in for him relatively soon if he continues doing stuff like that, and he's not showing any signs of stopping. The man is superb. He's unplayable at times, and Evan Ferguson is in, and he really needs to get a little bit more consistent. And I know that's part of him getting older. He will become more consistent theoretically as he gets older, but goodness me, when we've got Tammy Abraham where everything he touches turns into a goal, it is quite frustrating seeing Ferguson get a chance like that and just screw it wide when it's easier to score than to miss. Fati now on the counter-attack again. We've got blue shirts swarming forward. There's so many of them in the middle. Ansu Fati, he's just going to go it alone, slides it across goal, and it bobbles around a little bit, and Sunset is there to get a very well-deserved goal for him. He has played very well over the course of this episode. I would say probably feels a little hard done by. Was brought in the January transfer window last year, came into the team, scored like 3 goals in his first 4 games, and then Emil Smith Rowe turned up and he was kind of stuck on the bench for the rest of the season and never really found his way back in. Well, Smith Rowe has now picked up that injury earlier in today's game. Sunset had already forced him out onto the wing, He might be on the verge of an extended run in the team, and looks like he links up with Fatty and Bailey very, very well in this attacking midfield three. Just stick Tammy Abraham in front of it. Oh, Gatti, that's so sloppy. There's just no need to give away a penalty there. Is that our Pedro? I know we loaned him out somewhere. Is this allowed? Is he allowed to do that? Is that in the rules? One moment. Is that my Pedro? Hang on. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the replay. I just want to. What? Why has he done that? He absolutely, if he knows what's good for him, should be putting that wide, and he hasn't. And we will be having a word with him. That's unacceptable as far as I'm. Can I fine him wages while he's out on loan? Is that a thing we can do? I don't think it is. How do I fine him? This is. I'm troubled by what I've just seen. Right, let's make some substitutions. That's not okay. Right, Sanset is now tiring. João Pedro can come on. In fact, forget João Pedro. He's played a lot recently. Let's look at Enciso playing as the attacking midfielder. We've never really given him an opportunity in that role. Tammy Abraham can come on as well, get his 20 minutes, which should be long enough for him to get a hat-trick based on how he's been playing so far this season. Here is Walker Peters with the corner looking for Tammy. Tammy plays it across to Enciso. Oh, my word. Oh, maybe I should have been playing him for a little while. Wowzers, what a goal that was. I mean, that's first time. They always look snazzy when they come down off the crossbar like that, don't they? Oh, what a goal. That is incredible technique. He's maybe, I found a gem. Can I get away with this? I found this young player in our youth setup. He's only 20 years old. They signed him for next to nothing a few years back. He's not really had an opportunity so far, but I've discovered him. I identified that he looks like he might be quite good and thought I'd give him a chance today. And he's just repaid me with an incredible goal. I have discovered that boy. Excellent work, Kev. Right, we are also going to bring on Andre as the final change, swap those two over, and this should just be us cruising now towards another victory, which will keep us top of the Conference League, champions of Europe, etc., etc. And is there still time for the Tammy Abraham goal? Free kick from João Pedro goes forward. It's Fatty on the left-hand side, plays it back to Estupiñán. He's got loads of time to just pick his spot. Doesn't even need to do the cross. He's just going to score the goal himself. It's 5 now. We're too good for this tournament. I think it's, looking down the list of teams that are in this, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that Bayer Leverkusen are, aside from us, the best team in the tournament. And we are absolutely ripping them apart. We're winning this. Okay, Roma are in here. Yeah, Roma are probably all right, aren't they? But we've taken their striker off of them, so even them, they're not going to be any good. Lovely work from the boys. And now I think the plan is, where are we? November? We can probably get all the way to January from here, can't we? We're cruising along nicely in both competitions. I don't know about you. I don't feel particularly excited by Sturm Graz, Levski, Ozrinski. So I don't think I need to show you any more European games. So we'll probably head, if not all the way to the January transfer window, most of the way there, get some Premier League games under our belts as well. And hopefully come back in tomorrow's episode ready to find a way to spend some money. I mean, it was hard. We'll try and spend some money. What do we need, though? The team's playing so well. If you enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.